So do you believe there's life after delivery?
Well, of course. There's got to be something. Maybe we're here to prepare ourselves for what we're going to be later on.
Are you kidding me? There's not life after delivery. What would that life be?
I don't know. But maybe there'd be more light there. Maybe we'd walk with our legs.
It's absurd. Walking is impossible.
Do you think we could eat with our mouths?
It seems pretty ridiculous. The umbilical cord supplies our food, and it's just too short.
I think there is something. Maybe it's different than what we have here.
Life after delivery is outrageous. Nobody has ever come back from there. Delivery ends life. I think after delivery, there's nothing. Darkness and anxiety, and it takes us nowhere.
Well, I don't know. I think Mother might take care of us.
Mother? You believe in a mother? Well, where is she now?
I think she's all around us. Perhaps we live inside of her. Without her, we wouldn't be in this world.
Well, I don't see her, so to me it's only logical. She doesn't exist.
Sometimes when I'm really quiet, I think I can hear her voice. I feel like she's all around us. Perhaps we're inside of her. I do believe there is something after delivery, and we're here to prepare for it.
So do you think that there's life after delivery?
Well, yes, I think we're each evidence of that there is something after delivery. Think about it. Why were the babies in the womb?
Yeah, I mean, they're in there to be nourished, and to develop physically so that they're ready to be, out here.
That's right. When you think about it, after the babies were born, they were born into this earth. Have you ever thought maybe the earth is like our womb to prepare us for something else?
I've never thought of it that way, but it's actually really good.
Okay, now I have a hard question for you. If the purpose of the babies being in the mother womb was to prepare them to live on this earth, what's your and my purpose?
Well, I think that's a really hard question. I feel like everybody asks that, I mean, what would you say?
Okay. Well, I might come up with many different ideas, but I think basically there's just one reason, and that is God is preparing us to live with Him in eternity. Think about it. Why are we on this earth?
Yeah. Well, for me, I've gotten to know God, by reading the Word, the Bible, and through my life experiences. So that makes sense to me.
I do too. At the age 24, I really had a life-changing experience. If you'd asked me before that time if I were a Christian, I would have answered and said yes. And really felt I could have backed up my answer with some very concrete reasons. I went to church. I felt like I was a fairly good person and everything. But I discovered that there's a brokenness inside each one of us that we can't fix ourselves.
Yeah.
And I learned that God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to come to this earth and pay the penalty for that brokenness, or what some people call sin.
Okay.
But it's not enough just to know that I needed to individually invite Christ into my life. And so in the quietness of my home one night, I prayed and invited Christ to come in to my life as my Lord and Savior. And the funny thing is, I didn't feel any different after that.
Yeah.
But in the days and weeks that followed, I started seeing my life really change. And after a few weeks, my husband goes, "What's going on with you?" Because he begins seeing the change.
Yeah.
And so now I know that my purpose here on life is to prepare to be with God in heaven.
Yeah.
Just as the babies couldn't explain what it was going to be like, I'm not sure I can explain exactly what heaven is. The Bible gives us some glimpses.
Right. Well, and the babies, they didn't really have a choice. They had one choice, and it was to be delivered, and then they were here. And we're given two choices of where we're going to spend eternity and what space we want to be in. And we get to decide that. But we have to decide that here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I've discovered that oftentimes Christians don't realize that after they go to heaven, that they're going to be held accountable for how they were obedient to what God showed them to do, their motives behind it, and how they treated people.
Yeah. Well, that's the Bema seat, right?
Yeah.
In 1 Corinthians 3.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing that I've noticed is that we may say we believe in hell, and yet I'm not sure we really do. And in studying the Bible, I found out that Jesus actually talked more about hell than he did heaven.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a fun topic. You know, it's not really fun you don't want to think about it, but I think it's wise to study it. You know, I think we need to know.
Well, because of these questions have kind of been rolling around in my mind, I put together just a simple study on these two subjects so I could better understand it. And I have a copy. If you,
I would love one. I bet you other people would too. So, like, where would I go? Where do you want me to go to get that?
Okay. Well, I set up an email account.
Okay.
And it's just I'm sorry. I said it wrong.
Okay.
It's heaven.study
Okay.
at yahoo.com. And anybody that would like the study can just email me, and I'd be glad to send it to them free of charge.
Well, cool. That's awesome.
Hey, this is fun talking about this.
This is very fun.
Yeah.